Read Jeremiah chapter 27. Judah to serve Nebuchadnezzar. Early in the reign of Zedekiah, son of Josiah, king of Judah, this word came to Jeremiah from the Lord. This is what the Lord said to me. Make a yoke of straps and crossbars and put it on your neck. Then send word to the kings of Edom, Moab, Ammon, Tyre, and Sidon through the envoys you have come to Jerusalem. Through the envoys who have come to Jerusalem to Zedekiah, king of Judah. Give them a message for their masters and say, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Tell this to your masters. With my great power and outstretched arm, I made the earth and its people and the animals that are on it, and I give it to anyone I please. Now I will hand all your countries over to my servant Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. I will make even the wild animals subject to him. All nations will serve him and his son and his grandson until the time for his land comes. Then many nations and great kings will subjugate him. If, however, any nation or kingdom will not serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, or bow its neck under his yoke, I will punish that nation with the sword, famine, and plague, declares the Lord, until I destroy it by his hand. So do not listen to your prophets, your diviners, your interpreters of dreams, your mediums, or your sorcerers who tell you, you will not serve the king of Babylon. They prophesy lies to you that will only serve to remove you far from your lands. I will banish you, and you will perish. But if any nation will bow its neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon and serve him, I will let that nation remain in its own land to till it and live there, declares the Lord. I gave the same message to Zedekiah, king of Judah. I said, bow your neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, serve him and his people, and you will live. Why will you and your people die by the sword, famine, and plague with which the Lord has threatened any nation that will not serve the king of Babylon? Do not listen to the words of the prophets who say to you, you will not serve the king of Babylon, for they are prophesying lies to you. I have not sent them, declares the Lord. They are prophesying lies in my name. Therefore, I will banish you, and you will perish, both you and the prophets who prophesy to you. Then I said to the priests and all these people, this is what the Lord says. Do not listen to the prophets who say, very soon, now the articles from the Lord's house will be brought back from Babylon. They are prophesying lies to you. Do not listen to them. Serve the king of Babylon, and you will live. Why should this city become a ruin? If they are prophets and have the word of the Lord, let them plead with the Lord Almighty that the furnishings remaining in the house of the Lord and in the palace of the king of Judah and in Jerusalem not be taken to Babylon. For this is what the Lord Almighty says about the pillars, the sea, the movable stands, and the other furnishings that are left in the city, which Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, did not take away when he carried Jehoiachin, son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon, along with all the nobles of Judah and Jerusalem. Yes, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says about the things that are left in the house of the Lord and in the palace of the king of Judah and in Jerusalem. They will be taken to Babylon, and there they will remain until the day I come for them, declares the Lord. Then I will bring them back and restore them to this place. Ooh, there's a lot here. There is a lot here. So again, this is Jeremiah. Pretty much the king of Babylon already came, defeated them. So part of the wall is already down. But he didn't take everything. Remember, he replaced the leadership with the cousin or something. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And so here's Jeremiah. Remember, all this stuff, he was prophesying to the people that Babylon was going to come and conquer them. And so little by little, all these prophecies are coming true. They're seeing it, and yet they're still not listening. They're still in rebellion. They're still not wanting to follow the commands of the Lord. So here, when they do, it's like once or twice. It's like here and there, and it's not really fulfilled. It's just kind of half done. Sound familiar? Do we kind of half do things sometimes? Do we kind of? I have several terms for it, and you probably have heard several terms for half doing things. And so, do we not fully do something but expect completion? Yes, absolutely. All the time. We do it all the time. Now there are some that say, well, I'm a perfectionist. I am a perfectionist. I do everything perfectly every single time. So in our minds, we may think that, and we may believe it, and we may get recognition for it. But in all things, is it always perfect? If it was always perfect, then a person like that in life would never have a down moment. Never be upset. Think about it. But do we do things half-hearted, half-done? Why are we doing those things half-heartedly or half-done? Have we went to the Lord for guidance, for assistance, to get 100%, get full completion? Think about it. And listen to what Jeremiah tells them. They will be taken to Babylon, and there they will remain until the day I come from them, declares the Lord. Then I will bring them back and restore them to this place. So he's telling them once again, he's telling them what's going to happen, just like he's telling us always and always. And the people are hearing these things. So he's telling them what's going to happen, and he's also providing them hope of restoration, knowing that the Lord loves them. Even when they're doing these wrong things, the Lord still loves them because he is creating a path of hope, because that's what he does. Before we go on, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?